Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, El Shai, B'Hashem, Kakodesh, Shalom to the 144,000 rest of you elect out there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, if you're not predestinated or predestined to make it, you will not make it, meaning be delivered. This is for you Christians out there. So I'm here in, basically, before I read from Ephesians chapter 1, I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I'm going to say this. You know, everybody's talking about going to heaven and getting right with Jesus. I'm ready to accept you in my life. You know, the Lord, the Jesus prayer among Christians. First of all, the only ones that's going to be delivered, when the scriptures speak about salvation, our Lord bringing salvation, thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, or Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. It's talking about Israelites. The only ones that are going to be saved and delivered when Yahweh Shai, with whom the world, and who he calls Jesus Christ, when he comes back with the angels, they're only going to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. So you can't just be an Israelite. You have to be an Israelite that has been elected to be delivered. So if you're any other nation, you're not going to make it. If you're an Israelite outside of the elect, you're not going to make it. So how can I become one of the elect? How can I get down? How can I be down? Well, it was before the earth was created, but before the heavens were formed. How many thousands of years are we talking about? 7,000, 7,000 years? The beginning of the universe is like 14,000 years. So anyway, I'm not going to read the whole chapter. You know what? The blessings of redemption. That's the title, right? You got Christians and you have the leader of IUIC teaching there's the hell and all the people are going to go to hell, and Israelites that ain't right, that don't keep the law, are going to go to hell. Well, if there's a hell, you might be going to hell if you're not predestined to be delivered and to be in the kingdom. And the word redemption means to buy back. Okay, let me just start from the third verse. Blessed be the power of the Father and Father of our Lord. The word there is kairos, which means superior. The word should be Jesus, and this should be, the word should be Yahweh Shai, and this is supposed to be Mashiach. Yahweh Shai meaning he delivers, and the Christ or Messiah is anointed. It said, blessed be the power and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai, which the Father's name is Yahweh. Now you have IUIC saying that, oh, you've been praying to Jesus and the Father, which is the same people. Now you know what I think about them. Behind closed doors. According as you got IUIC and then you got the Christians. You got the IUIC saying you have to keep the laws to make it to the kingdom of heaven. The rich young man said he kept the laws. So our Lord, like Kyrie said, well, you're lacking one thing. So in other words, you keep the laws, you qualify, but there's one thing you're lacking, so you don't qualify to make it. You have to die on this side and come back. It was to give to the poor. I believe the word is give all to the poor. I'm going to read it. And I'm going to see if he said give all to the poor and then come and follow me, meaning go from riches to rags, be a nobody, have nothing, and then you can follow me. Then you can go in the kingdom. So all this crap about you keep the laws, keep the laws, keep the laws, you're going to make it? Nah. You had the two on the cross on either side of our Lord. And guess what? If they were Israelites, guess what? They both saw paradise. Our Lord just told one of them, you're going to be with me in paradise. And guess what? He knew that the other one, if he's an Israelite, which he was, doesn't say, but they were Israelites. It was Edomites, hanging, lynching black people. Edomites don't hang themselves, man. Go to the website Without Sanctuary. You had some Italians, but them Italians were Jake. So you had our Lord on the cross. You had a man on either side. Both of them being Israelites. For argument's sake, we're going to go with Israelite. Brother, if you really look at it, he was really a Canaanite. They were Israelites. Both of them, when they died, they met Yahushua in the spiritual realm. They didn't go to hell. And the one said, we deserve to be up here. Well, the one said to the other, we deserve to be up here. In other words, they probably killed people, robbed, stole, did all manner of wickedness. So that's why the one said to the other one, we belong up in here. He don't belong on the cross. He didn't do nothing to be put on the cross. Well, what he did was he was guilty of sedition to the Roman imperial empire. Imperial empire, the same thing. Roman imperial rulership. That was high treason, sedition. He came saying, I'm going to take this word over, I'm going to take the leader down, I'm going to become the king. So like I said, Yahushua told the one man, today you will be with me in paradise. You be with me in the fourth dimension, the spiritual realm. Guess what? Christians say, well, the other one went to hell. Nope, the other one didn't go to hell. Matter if he's an Israelite. And if he was a heathen, he ain't going to go to hell. Guess what? He went to paradise too. If he was a heathen, he would go to the spiritual realm as well. So this madness of the IUIC teaching that some of the Israelites would go to hell. No Israelites, not one Israelite will go to hell. Not one Edomite spirit will go to hell. Not one Canaanite spirit. Not one spirit of any nation will go to a spiritual hell, because there's no such thing as a spiritual hell. There's only one fourth dimension. You feel pain and you get judged when you come back in the body. It says, according, fourth verse, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation, according as he hath chosen us. The us are the elect of Israel. In him, ultimately it's all Israel. In him, before the what? Foundation of the world. That, I'm going to look this word up too. That we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Having predestinated us, who? The elect among Israel, unto the adoption. What does Romans 9 say? Romans 9 and 4. Who will be adopted? The Israelites, starting with the elect. Of sons, the Hebrew word there is sons, children in the Old Testament, anytime you see the word children, children of Israel, it's talking about sons. By Yahushua HaMashiach, to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Let me jump down. Let me jump down to 9th verse. Having made known unto us the mystery of his will. We know the mystery of his will. We know the mysteries of the scriptures. We know all the prophecies of the scriptures. We know what the ancient prophets that received these visions, these great men. What does it say in the Apocrypha and Ecclesiasticus? Let us now praise great men. So he mentioned Jeremiah, Ezekiel, the various prophets and mighty men, and David, and so forth. We're dealing with the prophets. Every last one of them prophets that received visions and dreams and wrote them down, they didn't understand what the hell was going on. Guess what? Not only do we understand one prophet, like Jeremiah, we understand all of them. We understand Ezekiel's prophecy. We understand John on the Isle of Patmos prophecy. We understand Daniel prophecy. You name a prophet, we understand their prophecy. None of them, and we know all of their prophecies. It said, having made known unto us the mystery of his will, what he's going to do. I'm going to let you know what I'm going to do. So we know that Yahushua coming back with the angels. We know that this is Babylon the Great. We know that Babylon is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, which the scriptures speak of as fire. Yahushua compares this place in a spiritual sense to Gehenna. Look up Gehenna, at the valley of Hinnom. He was talking about Babylon the Great being destroyed, the place where the worm dieth not. He was talking about a murder. He wasn't talking about some hell, some subterranean hell. Ain't no hell. Ain't no hell. And like I said, you guys are adding to the scriptures. But you're there. You're doing it for a reason. You're doing it to be a stumbling block. All you Israelites teaching these wayward, doctrines, you're there for good reason. You serve a purpose. Your purpose is to be a stumbling block to other Israelites so that they don't come into the fold amongst the elect. All Israel is of the elect. To his good purpose, which he hath proposed in himself. Now, ultimately, will all Israelites come into the kingdom? Yes. If they die on this side, they're going to come back through us. None of them is going to burn in hell. That in the dispensation of the fullness of times, he might gather together in one all things in the Messiah, HaMashiach, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance. Our inheritance, when any Jake dies, let's say there's a homeless man in the street, it's cold, he dies sleeping under the bridge. Guess what? He goes straight to paradise. He's good. Then when he comes back, he's coming back in the kingdom. In whom also we have obtained an inheritance. So when that man comes back, he's coming back in the kingdom, so his inheritance is going to be on the earth. When you die, your inheritance is a spiritual inheritance. There's a body for you, eternal in the heavens. Now, Apostle Ramlab had called me. He said that a brother had passed. It wasn't no big deal. You know, his family got to bury him, not us. Your when you go into the law, did they have a viewing in there when Saul died? They did view the body, and it was 1,000,001 Israel. No, when King David passed, did they view the body? No, that goes back to the Egyptians, man. What do they call that? Egyptian funeral procession, where the people be around the body touching them Arabs, right? Them Arabs when they die, that's an Egyptian. That goes back to Egypt. Egyptian funeral procession. Look it up. So in America, when you die, you put in the coffin. People view the body. That goes back. That's an Egyptian doctrine, man. Your family, the priest didn't even take care of it, man. Because the priest cannot be killed. Look, the priest cannot go to anybody that's dead. There's exceptions for the father and the mother. But then there's another verse where it says priest cannot come near to a dead body. Tenth verse again, that in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather together in one all things, starting with the elect, in the Messiah, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him. Who's on earth? The elect. Who's in the heavens? Israelites that have died. Whether they be they're all the elect, but I'm saying the elect within the elect. And whom also we have obtained an inheritance. There's two inheritances. The dead is in the spiritual body, eternal in the heavens. When they come back in the kingdom, the inheritance is going to be on earth. Being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his what? Of his own will. That we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Yahushua. We're the first fruit. So now let's look up the word predestined. But I said I was going to look up the word world. I believe I said that. Fourth verse. So we're going to pull out some words. According, and IUIC, we give you permission. You can use the blue letter too. You're using the Bible Hub, so start using the blue letter. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So you can't make, if you were not chosen to be a part of that elect, I don't give a damn what good works you do. You ain't going to make it. If you take that charagma and you did all kind of great works, you ain't going to make it. Your grandmama, if she takes a charagma, the micro C-hip, and she lives to the point where the missiles come, guess what? Your grandmama's not going to make it. She's going to catch on fire. Foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love. Why are we holy and without righteous, holy without blame, is because the Most High sanctified us, cleaned us. Sanctify goes back to the word holy or clean. Sanctified, sanitation, sanctuary. I believe sanctuaries roots back to sanctified. But I can look it up because we fact check everything. So let's look up the word world before the foundation of the world. Let's look up the word world. All right, cosmos represents a certain segment of something. Let's look up the word predestined or predestinate. having predestined, he predestinated
Strong's G 4309. Praarizo. Praarizo.
praarizo, to predetermine, decide beforehand, and an entity of the Most High decreeing from eternity, to foreordain, appoint beforehand. That's why you got guys that come in there on fire for 15 years, 20 years, whatever the case may be, and then they fall off. Guess what? It wasn't predestined to make it. So let's listen to the word.
Strong's G 4253. Pra. Pra.
Pra or pre. Pra meaning like before. Right, the word there is before. Before. Let's click on this.
Strong's G 3724. Harizo. Harizo.
So it's harizo. Harizo. To define, to mark out of the boundaries or limits of any place or thing, to determine. Right, predetermine, predestinate, predestinated. That which has been determined. I don't give a damn how much work you do, man. I put 25 years in this thing, and at the last minute, 2 weeks before the ships came, I fell out. Guess what? Boom, you're dead. A decree, which is an order, to ordain or preordain, determine, predetermine, pre-appoint. That's why we say we are that we are the hopeful elect. Because you don't know, you may become you may do like a lot of these camps, change up the doctrine, and get your ticket punched. Teaching that hell is an actual place, and Israelites gonna burn in hell. Edomites can make it. The MOTB, that's a major one because it's going to be a major shakeup. And not if but when the MOTB is introduced to the whole planet Earth in an oikoumenic sense, it's introduced to the whole planet Earth. If you take it, you're going to have leaders in Israel that their followers, their sheep is going to ask them, do we take it? Are we going off? Are we committing a sin? Does this mean the MOTB? And if you have leaders that say no, the MOTB is sin in all of its forms, whether religious or political. But this thing right here don't fit that. So you can take it. If you take it, you're gone. You're dead. You're toast. And then at the same time, the guy that said it's all right to take it, he's toast too. Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, what does it say? Warn them. Then the blood is off your hands. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next.